Good afternoon and welcome to On the Spot Motorsports Media. We've got a great show for y'all tonight. We have Jordan Dacosta coming live with us. Great young man, really digging into drag racing roots. And I tell you, it's going to be a wonderful event. But before we get started, we have a few messages and we'll be right back.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit. We'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.
Jordan, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. I'll tell you what, you've been really busy the past couple of months. I've been watching a lot of your stuff on Facebook. And I tell you, you even got some really great shots of some of the pro teams down there making test passes all the way up to eliminations there in the SCAG Pro Superstars shootout. Sorry, that's a tongue twister, but yeah, you've done a lot of great work with that. But tonight, it's all about you. We want to know a little bit more about you, talk about your sponsors, your truck, your setup, and also, what do you want to do in the future in drag racing? Is it something that you want to climb up in the sportsman ranks, or do you want to one day maybe run a pro mod, pro stock? Skies are the limits as far as drag racing. So, welcome aboard.
That was everything.
Yeah. Where do I start? Well, I have a really good amount of sponsors. I've got, to go down the list, Bradenton Performance Supply. I've got Detailers of Sarasota, Redline Oil. I've got Simpson Race Products, Omni Energy. I've got Nitrous Express. And then I also teamed up with a organization based out of Ohio called For Them We Fight to raise awareness for people that were affected by fentanyl poisoning. So I just joined with them about a month ago.
Whoa. Okay. You definitely got your hands full.
Yeah.
Jordan, thank you very much for coming on here with your crazy busy schedule. Like Mitchell was starting to talk about, oh my goodness, you are busy. You're literally everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. And it's impressive what you're doing. It really is. Your work with Drag Illustrated and Bradenton Performance and everything like that. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm 18. I moved to Florida about 2.5 years ago from Long Island. I grew up around drag racing.
Wow.
Yeah, I grew up around drag racing, building my dad's Fox body with him. It was a H-pattern car, so pretty different car. It was a 9-second car, which is pretty fast back then for a stick car. So we actually used to have to travel all the way to Maryland to race. And then we were part of this organization called LI Needs a Drag Strip, and we were able to get an old airstrip approved for a drag strip, and now they're on their 4th year, I think, of having a drag strip there, which is pretty cool. I ended up moving here. and just so happened to live 5 minutes away from Bradenton Motorsports Park. So I got my first S10 in the summer. I started doing test and tunes every single Thursday. And, you know, I kept telling my dad, I'm ready for an event. I'm ready for an event. Yep, that's my old one, actually, right there. That was a fun little truck. And then we found something a little bit safer, bigger engine, you know, just better overall to do events and be competitive with. So we picked up my 94 S10 and then started doing events. My first ever event was Mod Nationals 2 years.
Really?
Yep.
That was trial by fire in the Mod Nationals, huh?
Right.
Well, you jump in deep. Gee.
Yeah.
I got to ask you the obvious. Okay, you coming from Long Island down here, how did you like the weather change?
Oh, I love it. I love it here so much more than there. Just the atmosphere, the people, and you know, it's kind of like I'm living another life. Like I remember what I used to do in New York. I was never this involved in the racing community as I am here. And I just absolutely love it. And just being so close to the track, I mean, I'm there 5 days out of the week, most likely.
Well, being 5 minutes away, you should be. I mean, come on now. I would love to be 5 minutes away.
I pass it every day on my way into town. So, you know, I'm bound to stop by, even if I'm not racing.
I'm jealous. I'm extremely jealous. Okay. I'm just going to admit I'm jealous.
and especially, you know, now with all the events that, you know, Wes has brought in, the Winter Series, you know, I think that's a great idea that he had. Mm-hmm. And it's really funny because, you know, he's got a little video out that they put out yesterday or today, you know, that it started from just a little bit of a writing on a napkin at a restaurant.
Yes.
You know, and he got the idea by watching people play poker. And he's like, well, why can't we do this with drag racing? And I believe he's actually lit the fire up under a lot of people, especially in the pro mod community. I mean, look at all the pro mods that come out to try to qualify.
I think we have
for that field.
About 80, I think we have coming, which is
that many?
Which is absolutely insane because we started off Snowbirds with about 60, and then we had US Street Nationals. We had about almost 70, I think. So it's just growing, you know, exponentially, and it's just a great atmosphere, the Winter Series. I love being able to get to race in it and then be a part of it with Wes and Drag Illustrated. Helping them behind the scenes, you know, get everything together for this event. It's a really cool experience that I'm very grateful to be a part of.
Yeah, I think he's made Pro Mod popular once again, and I mean, everybody's wanting to build a Pro Mod car.
I want to build a Pro Mod.
Well, and the thing about it is he's also worked very hard, he and his team, and you, including you, Jordan, to make it competitive no matter what your power adder is, no matter what your poison is, to make it competitive. So to see the first year nitrous cars, then turbo cars, and then supercharging back and forth, it takes a lot of work, and it shows. I mean, to have people like yourself there in the background working with the racers, working with the media, you know, putting boots on the ground, so to speak, and it really shows. But also the fact that you mentioned about Bradenton, the fact that Cletus is now joined in, partner with Victor on the track. So that's going to take the marketing and the live feeds and all that stuff and step it up even more. So that's a very smart business move.
It's great for me because it gives more exposure to the racers, to the fans to be able to watch. Since I've lived here, the change from when I first came to that track to now, it's amazing. I mean, what Victor and everybody has done there, it's honestly amazing. And they have worked really hard to make it what it is today. And next week's going to be a crazy one at the World Series of Pro Mod for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely. And go ahead, if anybody wants to go back to our page afterwards, the list is on there of all the cars, and people like Bob Cox.
Mhm.
I mean, the list is just enormous, and it's going to be a show for everybody. So if you're down in Bradenton area, go watch the pro mods, and even go watch Jordan race. That class is the Little Gangsters class, isn't that what they're calling it? And
Yep.
tell us a little bit about that class that you're participating in, and what are some of the other vehicles like that you're going to be matched up with?
Wow.
That's a
Well,
broad question.
yes. So the class, I'm pretty sure I could read the rules. It's a 530 cap, so you can't go any faster than 530. So where Jimmy Dale says he likes to put it, it's a heads up class, but there is that cap on it. So
Right.
we don't have any, a lot faster cars coming in.
So this is Jimmy Dale class. This is the Jimmy Dale Little Gangster.
Little
Okay.
Gangster is actually Jimmy Dale's class from Texas, and
That's where I was thinking it was.
he was trying to get Wes for a while to put this class in the World Series of Pro Mod, and he was like, will you sign this position? Like, will you help me get this class in? I was like, yeah, I'll race in it too. Like, let's do it. So after, nagging Wes for a little bit, he finally said yes, and we're doing it. But it's radial and slick, small tire, and pretty much any power adder has to be a door car. Pretty broad rules, but it makes it okay so that all of us little guys are kind of safe, like me.
Right.
I'll be racing the Nitrous S10. I've never gone that fast before, but we've been doing a lot of work in the shop this past month preparing the truck to go faster, and we're pretty confident that this week I'll be hitting a lot of new PBs, which I'm very excited for. And that class is going to be pretty competitive. I'm going to be racing off the top of my head. We got a lot of NPK guys coming. We have, I think there's 2 people from Canada coming all the way just to race in that class.
Just to race Little Gangster?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we got people from Texas coming, North Carolina. And then I'll also be racing, some big names in drag racing like James Tall.
Jack Stan.
Yep, Jack Stan Jimmy. We got, I think Jimmy Dale's racing in it too. And then, like I said, a couple of MPK guys, which, they're crazy good drivers, years of experience. I'm excited to just be able to get to race them and race heads up, because I've actually never raced heads up before.
Really?
Other than test and tune,
Right.
playing with
But still, that's on a full tree.
Yeah, whoever's racing, next to me, I'll try and beat them, of course. And
Right.
But I've always done bracket and index racing, and I've always had to turn the car down, because there was never a class like this that I could get into. So this class, I'm very excited because I've been dying to, do heads up racing, and I just love everything about it. And the atmosphere that the World Series of Pro Mod brings, and, what it does for a driver, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see the fans come. I sell hats now. I started my own merch and stuff like that. So aside from just the racing, I get to do a lot of other things on the business side that help me a lot.
Makes sense. Now I gotta ask you about your truck.
Yeah.
And there you go, Shoni.
Fan club starting to come along.
I'm telling you what, man. I gotta ask you, man, on your combo on your truck. All you told me, and the typical grudge answer is, "Oh, it's an LS with nitrous." That is about as vague as they come.
Right.
Now if it's a Jimmy Dale setup, if memory serves me right, it's like a 10.5 28 max. Okay, true street car, real windows, that whole thing like that. Like you said, a true door car, any power adder, heads up, and that's why he put the 530 cap on it. So you can't go crazy with a chassis car, you know what I mean? And something to run under. So, is Jimmy Dale bringing his Mustang?
I think he is.
Okay.
If he doesn't break it at lights out this weekend.
Okay. True.
Yeah.
True. So, but what is the combo in your truck?
So right now it's got a little 6.0 in it. We actually just picked up a spare for it just in case I am to blow it up next weekend.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. Come on now.
But we're going to be building this new engine to be able to withstand, whatever shot of nitrous we put in it. I have everything Nitrous Express on it, new plates, solenoids, everything. We just put a second kit on it, so I will have 2 shots coming into it during the run. And to keep it that, simple, we also, to make it a little lighter, this past week we just put in a tubular front bumper to lose some weight on the front. We put a new brake master cylinder. We had the original one on there, so I put a nice TBM brakes one on there.
Sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got that. The brakes are really good now. And then, just upgrades, the rear of the truck is very light. There's nothing back there. It's just the bottle and a little gas tank. And then we have door panels on the doors, Scott Rod door panels, very light. All the racers use those in the street car classes. It's street legal. I drive it sometimes to our Bradenton, performance car shows that we have down the road. But other than that, I don't really drive it on the street because I don't really need to. So
True. Okay. And you said that you haven't gone a 530 yet with it.
I have not.
I'm not going to ask you your times.
No.
I'm not going to ask you times. Because I know.
Actually, funny, another rule that they put into the Little Gangsters thing, which I'm not used to because I've never raced No Time. I've been around No Time, and I know that you don't get you don't show your time, but you get your slip. With Gangsters, you don't get a slip and you don't get to see your time at all. So that's hard on my part to tune things and kind of see where
draggy.
That's what I was thinking.
You need a draggy, man. That'll get you. I think Turbo John said his was like less than a tenth when he compared them back to back. So if you got nothing to go by, that'll definitely get you in the ballpark.
Yeah.
But you drive the finish line enough now, so if you need to tighten it, you can. So what do you currently run at Bradenton? You run top bulb, bottom bulb? What do you run? When do you do bracket race?
Like the light you're saying?
Correct. Do you run pro? Do you run sports or super pro or sportsman or what?
So I actually run sometimes. It kind of depends on the event. So like the events I've done is FL2K Mod National. So I'll usually run whatever index they have, like a 950 or a 9.0.
Gotcha.
Last season I was doing all 10.0 and 950. But now, as I learn, the car, my dad tunes it to go faster, and we try to make it as fast as possible. Now we're pushing it a little bit, but this season I've been doing all 9-second index classes, and then when I bracket race, I'll just usually put a 950 tune in it and try to go, consistently in there.
Right.
But for Little Gangsters, we'll be doing heads up, and then I have another race. I think 2 weeks after World Series of Pro Mod, called Skeeter Wyatt's Invitational.
Yes, I was actually going to bring that up next after we got finished talking about this.
I'm excited for that. We got I don't know how many cars we have in that class. I think we got about 10 to 15 cars in it, but we're going to go on a Sunday and basically do a little shootout. It's a lot of YouTubers doing this. And content creators with all different types of cars. I think we got an all-wheel drive Honda Civic. We got a NASCAR coming, an old retired NASCAR. We got a Camaro coming. We got, I think, a McLaren is coming. We got a little bit of a variety of things. So who takes home the trophy, I don't know, because there is going to be some fast cars there. We got a twin turbo Mustang coming, but it's going to be fun to have, a couple of YouTubers come together and, try to make an event and see where it goes. But I'm excited for that because that's another heads up one. So
this is at Bradenton, right?
Yep.
Okay, because I saw that just like Mitchell, we saw that like going, what in the world is this?
Yeah,
What I mean?
on
You know,
Sunday 9th, and it will be on Skeeter Wyatt's YouTube channel.
Yep. March the 9th.
Yep.
Man, I love it. I love it, man.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Low nines is skinning it back with a 6-liter LS and a plate on it. I'm assuming a plate. I don't know if you got a fogger or whatever,
Yep.
but still, I'm like going, that's skinning it back pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, let's just say this: I have not exceeded a 230 shot yet. I will be next weekend, but I have not exceeded a 230 shot yet.
That's so mild how you just said that. Everybody knows the step, the increment of 250 and then 3. Everybody knows this. So it's like, but you got one kit on it now, or you just put the second kit on?
I used one kit, but we just put the second kit on it.
So you haven't tested it yet?
We have not tested it yet, but I am going to be early this week before the event starts.
So how do they work out qualifying? Do they have like qualifying for that? Do they go by reaction time since
chip draw?
I think
or chip draw. Yeah.
I think what they're doing based off the schedule, we'll have 2 qualifiers on Thursday, then another 2 on Friday, and then I guess Friday night we'll do a chip draw. And then Saturday we'll get in the lanes and see who's gonna make it.
Ooh, I like it, Mitchell. Off the trailer Saturday morning.
Yeah, and I love the chip draw because I mean it could be number 1 going against number 2 right off the bat, instead of the number 1 qualifier taking number 16. And I really think that really makes it very interesting with the Pro Mod class as well, where they have to draw chips.
Yeah.
Are they allowing call outs? Are they allowing that?
I think in qualifying you are, but you just have to, schedule it right so the lanes aren't all messed up.
Okay, but eliminations, they're not necessarily allowing call outs?
No,
okay.
It's all chip draw. But I know that we've done, even after qualifying, we'll do like other matchups. Like I think Erica Enders and Spencer Hyde, they did a call out on like Friday night for like snowbirds and stuff like that. Antron Brown, and then forget who he raced, but we do like special call outs and stuff like that to get the fans going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like that. I think the sport needs that.
Yeah, it keeps the anticipation going, especially with so many stars. I mean, who would imagine to have Erica Enders and Antron Brown, NHRA pro drivers racing pro mods with us here at Bradenton?
Right.
It's really cool to have all the drivers, even Kai Kelly. Like they're also humble too. Like I'm pitted for the whole winter series. I'm pitted right next to Kai Kelly, and then right across from me is Stevie Fast, and then Erica's right down the road over there, a couple trailers down, and they all want to come up and talk to you, and they're all so welcoming, giving me advice and stuff like that. So that's also really cool.
That is cool. That's good. That's good. It's good to hear that such people that we see so much on TV and different events are so down to earth.
Yes, very.
Well, I think you're definitely headed in the right direction of, for your career and what you want to do, getting really, really involved in drag racing, and especially, making friendships with Wes. I mean, that's always a good thing. Because you never know what that might lead to. That might lead to you being part of 30 under 30.
Right.
So in the future, and you're being able to, market different companies. One thing that we didn't mention, I know what you run in your engine as far as oil, and that's Redline.
Yep.
Yeah. And I tell you what, they're great partners for a lot of teams out there, from the sportsman ranks all the way up to the professional ranks.
Yeah, I was honestly, when I got an email saying that I was accepted to be part of Team Redline Oil, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the coolest thing ever, because a week before I saw like an ad and it asked me a bunch of questions. I'm like, oh, I can't even submit my deck, because I usually send a deck, a little bit about my program and
right.
my stats and stuff like that. it wouldn't let me submit that. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm not going to get it. And then I got it, and I met Mark at PRI, and I was like, I'm surprised you accepted me, because I thought Redline only took, pro drivers, or like, they wouldn't look at someone young like me. And he was like, no, like I did all my research, and you're going places, kid. And, to have someone or like a company like that, recognize the hard work that goes behind a program and stuff, and want to support me, that's what keeps me going. The opportunity. I love when I talk to any company or a sponsor I already have, or, someone about like something new approaching, like a new opportunity I might have. That's what keeps me going daily, because it just excites me to think that, tomorrow I'm getting one step closer to my goals. And every day I feel it. I get closer and closer.
Well, to tell you something really funny, and this is actually by incident. It's not, that we try to line up people that are actually sponsored by Redline, but here are the past couple of podcasts.
Yeah.
It's like everybody we talk to,
Everybody's part of
they're partnered up with
Yes.
Redline All.
And it started when we interviewed Mark. We interviewed Mark Beatty, and then it just started steamrolling after that, and Mark didn't send nobody our way, I don't believe. And but it's just, people we reached out to and kind of find out they were working with them. So that's a good combination. And yeah, we joked that with Mark too. It's like, oh man, this is the Redline show, so it's like, okay. But yeah, like I said, Redline it came on and started working with us last year here on the Spot Motorsports Media. And so Mitchell and I both run their products anyway. Okay, even before they came on board. So then they also came on board this year along with Scorpion Racing Products. And they're both excellent companies who look out for, like you said, for not only professional racers, but all the way down to sportsman racers like you and I. And you're putting in a lot of hard work, and it clearly shows. And our compliments to you, because I mean, really, if anybody hasn't, you need to go and check out Jordan's Instagram page. You need to check out his Facebook page, his YouTube channel, and also his podcast. He's going to tell you about it. But I mean, you need to check this out, because he's putting in a lot of work in showing not only what he does, but also showing all the companies that are working with him and all the different outreaches.
So who's Amanda? I know she's kin to you.
Yes, that's my mom.
Okay.
He had to put it out there. He's like, okay.
Hey,
Hello, Mom.
what? That's what racing's all about. Family life. Taking part in it.
Yeah.
To me, it's really hard to have someone in your life that doesn't like drag racing. Makes it really difficult. Especially when you try to explain it to them and they're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
That happens to me quite often, because my family, they like watching circle track stuff instead of drag racing.
My other part of the family, they're all road racers and road course and all that stuff. So they don't really understand the drag racing side as much, and, how big it is today. And, with the Winter Series alone, or even with NHRA, they don't understand that. But my family is very supportive of everything I do, and I really wouldn't be where I am today without my dad or mom like pushing me to do this and to be a better driver, a better person on and off the track. So
Absolutely. And actually, you shared something with us in the green room earlier, which I was very much impressed, because it shows your work ethics. That I believe you're a senior in high school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I can't remember exactly how you say the course. It's not work from home, but I can't remember how you said it. But anyway, you worked ahead in order to finish and graduate earlier. Am I correct in saying that?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So, online in Florida, I did it through the state, so it's called FLVS, and they wanted me to do an assignment per week for each class, and I was like, well, the season's coming, why don't I just do like 1 or 2 assignments per day per class? So I started doing that, and then I finished very quickly within the 2 months, and I was finished before my season even started. So when the first race came up, I think it was FL2K. I had no school, so I still am able to focus, solely on racing and building my name.
I'm impressed by that. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Would you, finish in high school early? Have you thought about going to college and going into marketing?
Yes, so I do plan on, based on how things come in the couple, months that I have left before the next school year starts. I'm probably going to go to community college and to get a business degree and associates, or something in marketing. I've definitely looked at it, but I'm still keeping my options open, to other things and other opportunities within racing that I'm working on behind the scenes
Right.
to get going.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Well,
I think if you did do marketing, I think it would come very natural for you
Yeah,
in the class. You
yeah,
you already know how to set up a marketing portfolio, for yourself. So if that's the way that you wanted to go, you could
yeah,
set it up for other people.
yep,
And if racing didn't work out for you, you could always work as a public relate.
public relations.
Yeah, public relations
Yeah,
for other teams.
yep.
I
I've
can
definitely thought about it.
Well, that's good. We both encourage you to pursue that because, like I said, it definitely sounds like it's part of right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Okay, but we definitely encourage you to consider that because it's going to take you even farther
yeah.
than what you're doing now, which is fantastic. But I'm curious. I mean, okay, I know what you're doing now and what you're racing now, but what's your long-term goal in racing? Or it don't have to be racing, it can be anything. You want to go to the moon? I don't know.
Well, of course, it's always about racing with me. So
Okay, I agree. I feel the same way.
yeah, I eat, sleep, breathe racing. Um, my ultimate goal is to compete as a pro driver in the NHRA. I'm keeping my options open to, what classes I could get into. I'm trying to open up my networks with many teams and different drivers that are, supporting me and mentoring me, to guide me in the right path. Because everyone that's on the road to race in the NHRA or go pro has a different path, and I just want to make sure that I'm going on the right path. Um, and having support from these other teams and drivers as such, um, means a lot, and it's really helped me along the way to, network myself and hang around these other teams to kind of see what they're about, because it may look, awesome on TV, but you don't really know the behind the scenes and how much work, you know, really goes into having a race team or being a professional driver in that NHRA. So getting to see the behind the scenes was really cool. I actually got to go to the pro superstar shootout with Elite Motorsports. So I shadowed a couple of their drivers, and specifically I shadowed Troy Coughlin, and he went on to win, which was really cool to be a part of and get to
Right.
shadow him on that race where he won.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah.
You with you and him holding the trophy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you choosing anybody with elite to shadow, much less somebody with the last name of Coughlin. Okay, with that lineage, that family lineage there of pedigree, I should say, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. So that's a very, very wise move. What you're doing, and yes, I know as opportunities arise, you'll definitely take them.
Yes.
And I mean, I could literally see you running anything. I mean, literally anything. The big hot thing now is in alcohol funny cars. Just saying.
I know everyone's been announcing it this week.
Yeah.
I honestly, I looked a little more into it and was reading a lot, and I was like, you know what? I'd like to be in one of those. I never thought about it, but I would like to be in one of those.
They are a handful.
Yes, I really love dragsters. I'm just not around them enough to, I think, get in the seat of one anytime soon. I think they're really cool, though. I traveled with this past summer Tony Schumacher's team. JCM Nitro. I worked hospitality with them during the summer, and I got to, experience the Nitro experience, and it was a lot of fun. It's crazy. It was my first ever NHRA race where I got to see a Top Fuel and Funny Car go down the track. And it definitely grew my love for being in the NHRA a lot more, than it was before the summer started. So that was a really cool experience as well.
That's cool. That's cool. Definitely an
it's great that you had that opportunity to do that. And like you said, be mentored by those other drivers at the SCAG Pro Superstar Shootout. I got it all right there.
You got to write that down.
Yes.
Well, it's a lot to remember. It is
a lot to remember. It's like, gee.
But just a real great opportunity for you because you get to see how they may be pulled and tugged this way, that way. If a sponsor dinner comes up in the middle of the day that you didn't know about, well, guess what? You got to go to that sponsorship dinner. I mean, it's very important. You cannot not go to your sponsor's dinner. And you've probably seen a little bit of all of that.
Yes, I have. I definitely have. It's really cool to kind of see. When I shadowed, I wanted to learn what the crew guys do, because I've never been around pro stock, and I really do like the class. Just how much they do to change the gears in a transmission, to change the rockers and the rods and the springs, and on the engine, and even engine swaps. We did an engine swap. It took them 5 minutes to do it, which was crazy. And how fast they have to work. And then, kind of seeing the mindset of all the different drivers, because each driver is different, what they do, before they get in the car, and how a pro stock car, really works, how they do their burnouts. I learned just kind of everything I learned with pro stock. It's a really cool class, very competitive as well.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, when you take a field of 16 cars and are only separated by a couple of tenths, it's unreal. And I tell you, I think this year at the Gator Nationals, depending on the weather, if the weather's really good, everybody may see the quickest pro stock field ever.
Yes.
At the Gator Nationals. So I'm hoping for some nice, cool weather with not a whole lot of moisture.
With a tailwind. I mean, I'm just gonna say it straight up, tailwind. I want to see a pro car run a high 630. I want to see a mountain motor run a 618. Or quicker. You know what I mean? I'm for all that. I definitely want to see all that happen.
Well, Jordan, we already know pretty much what to expect. Hopefully, for the top alcohol funny car, because a lot of teams are switching over nitro injected, and we had the world champ out at Gainesville just a couple of weeks ago, and man, he about rotated to earth, and I'm being for real. He ran a 528, and
283.
And we're like, wow, he's running as fast as the top alcohol dragsters. He can qualify in that field. But the adjustment's going to be is watching and watch NHRA does after the Baby Gators and the Gator Nationals, is to see if they're going to cut how much nitro they can use in the cars after that. Let it be a base and say, well, that's too quick. Y'all are only going to be able to run this percentage or this percentage. Yeah. So that's coming. Yeah, and it's definitely going to be coming after the Gator Nationals.
Yeah, Sean made it look easy on his third run. Had a 41 first hit, a 541 first hit. Second run had problems, shut off. Third run 28, and it's like, and as somebody said, it left like a herd of turtles. Which I know it's quicker than that, but the way somebody described it, I just laughed. I thought that was good, and still run a 528.
Like, well, Jordan, and with you down close to Bradenton, you've probably been out there with Randy Meyer. They're doing their testing with their top alcohol dragster as well, and Julie's going to run it for them at the Baby Gators and the Gator Nationals. I tell you what better person to have her in the car? She's a champ, and she seems like she's making a transition very, very well.
Yeah.
Into the funny car.
I saw 2 of her runs last week, and they were good, fast runs. It's definitely going to be competitive, that class this season.
Were they good, clean A to B runs, or were they like loading up and all that stuff?
Yeah,
They're clean?
I think one they ran to the 330 and then shut off, just testing, and then one with a straight A to B.
Okay, because I know that's always the hardest part with injected nitros. Until they get them lined out, is obviously getting a clean run.
I only seen one posting from them. I don't, they could have went faster, but I seen the one posting. They ran 540s. They could have shut it off, and shut it off a little before 1,000 foot and coasted through. I know Sean did that at Gainesville. He let off of it at 1,000 foot and rolled through and ran a 530,
541.
541.
Yeah,
so more than likely, Myers and them, they were probably doing the same thing and not making a full pass and shutting it off. But just to go to show you, I mean, even 540 is good night. I mean, it's gonna be really, really fun the next couple of weeks with the Baby Gators and the Gator Nationals for sure.
Yeah. Make alcohol fun again,
Right. Well, and they're racing this weekend in Orlando for the Division II race. So there are a couple of funny car teams out there that's going to be nitro injected. That's running this weekend. I think they'll start. They might have started some of their qualifying today, Robert.
Well, no, they started stacking, but no, I don't think the alcohol Eastern Regional does not begin until the Baby Gators.
Okay.
So the quickest that they're going to have down in Orlando will be Top Sportsman, Top Dragster on down, stock, super stock, comp, etc., stuff like that. But I think, yes, they've already started stacking. They actually should have had a qualifying run today. They should finish qualifying tomorrow with first round of eliminations for sportsman classes being Saturday morning. Yeah. So they're already up and rolling. But
not to mean there might be a couple teams out there waiting.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying they're not going to roll in and test. I'm just saying, but actual event count for points. And but I tell you, Jordan, you got your hands in everything. But can you share with everybody tell us about your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and your podcast. Tell us about it.
So I started right about when I started my sponsorship journey. I started, taking social media serious and trying to post, influence other people on there, share the behind the scenes or, clips from when I'm racing and stuff to draw attention to the racing scene and try to gain new followers. And then I started a YouTube channel where I vlog here and there. It's kind of hard to do it because I forget. If I get out of the car and I ran a time where I didn't run a time I wanted, I'm, trying to get back to my pits to figure out, what we need to change or whatever. So the vlogging, I'm still trying to get, used to remembering to actually pick up the camera and start talking.
Right.
But the podcast side, I started a couple months ago, and with the goal of it to have guests like racers or business owners in the racing industry, or really anyone in the racing industry that can share their insights of how they got to where they are, so that other people watching can kind of learn from it. I can learn from it. So we could all learn together, just like with this show, we could, learn some new things together.
Absolutely.
And that's, kind of been my goal, to share other people's stories, not just my own, on the podcast. And I plan to, pick it back up once me and other racers' schedules aren't so crazy busy, try to get some people scheduled on the show.
Well, what's the name of your podcast?
The Jordan Dacosta podcast.
I like it. Straightforward. So,
yep.
And where can they find it? What platforms?
It's on YouTube at Jordan Dacosta Racing, and then it also goes on to my Facebook, which is Jordan Dacosta Racing, and then my Instagram is the same thing as well. Everything to find me is Jordan Dacosta Racing.
Okay, that makes it simple and straightforward. Yep. So
I do have a question for you from one of our viewers. He says, besides your dad, who's your greatest influence in racing?
Wow. I have a lot of people right now that are influencing me a lot. Um, Probably, I would say, Mr. Kevin Contardo. Um, he is on the business side of racing, but he has kind of taught me, everything I need to know about getting sponsors and really helped me get where I am on the business side, today. And he's had a lot of influence on me for the past year, teaching me what to say, how to you do proposals and stuff like that. Getting more on the corporate side with sponsors, I try to be as professional as possible, but again, I'm still learning. So him, helping me design those decks and stuff like that has really helped me.
Okay. Okay. Uh, that's good because honestly I was expecting to hear a racer. I was expecting to hear another racer, but the fact that you're acknowledging that the help that somebody is giving you from, like you said, the corporate side, behind the scenes, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah. Behind the scenes, a lot of people don't, know what goes behind the scenes in a racing program. It's not just about racing for me. It's about trying to be as successful on and off the track. So off the track, I'm constantly, working to improve my brand and get to where I want to be in the future. And working on that business side, networking, and just being friends with everybody. You never know who somebody is, so
Right.
don't judge a book by its cover. And that's what I always, try to tell everybody, because you never know who the person is, and you never know what opportunity they can give you or opportunity you can give them. So I try to always hear what anyone has to say. So, like, I get a lot of messages on social media, and I'll always take any message or any call because you never know. And it's actually led to some pretty cool partnerships. So it's worked out in my favor.
That's good.
Well,
That's
and,
good.
and the good thing, if you do really good for these marketing partners, because they're supporting you and you're actually helping them sell products, bring people to their pages. Eventually, they're going to buy their product. You can take those marketing partners with you as you grow.
Yes, and
They
that's
won't leave, they
that's
won't leave you
oh,
because they see that you're a good investment.
yep. That's always been my goal, to keep whoever I'm with right now to the next car, to the next car, to the next team I join, or whatever's in the future. My goal is to pack up and take everyone with me.
That's good. That's good. And when we're done off the air, I got another suggestion for you, somebody to reach out to,
Yeah,
for you to talk to,
awesome.
who I think just another outlet, shall we say,
Yeah.
to help your podcast and like I said, and what you're doing, and they're local to you, so
Ooh,
that's a good thing.
maybe
They're
I.
local to I feel confident you do. I just wasn't going to share it here
Yeah.
direct. I
Okay.
was going to do it behind the scenes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think it'd be a good conversation for sure. I tell
Now,
you what, go ahead, Mitchell.
Now, I wanted to bring up another thing. Tell us how you got part of that dreamgiveaway.com. You
Yeah.
do a lot of advertisements for them. So how
Yeah.
did you get involved with that?
So another fellow racing friend, um, Angel. She used to be a local here and race in one of the super classes here for NHRA points races and stuff. She was partnered with them, and I met her. Then she, suggested I reach out to this company, and this is when I first started my sponsorship, journey. Um, I went on Google, searched them up. I called. I said, she recommended I call you guys, and then we basically kind of talked quick about my goals and kind of what we're going to try to do together, I picked out, because they do a lot of giveaways at a time. So I picked out, what cars I wanted to promote first. I went in for a commercial, and we haven't stopped since then. I'm on my third giveaway with them. So my job is I do a lot of their marketing. So I'll do collaborative posts with them where I have a code that gets people 3x entries onto the giveaways, which my code will get you 3x onto any giveaway. Just I promote a certain few so that, because I have like hero cards and stuff like that I use to give out to people with those tickets and stuff like that. So I just actually filmed 2 days ago. We're doing a Cadillac Dream giveaway. So we have a really, really nice Escalade V, and then we have a CT5V Blackwing that we give away together. And the thing I love about Dream Giveaway is they pay the taxes, and we support about, I think it's 9 charities that the other funds from when you purchase a ticket and donate, purchase a raffle
Right.
and donate, it goes back to those charities. So that's another really nice thing. And then, the biggest thing is people are like, oh, then I have to pay all the taxes. Taxes are paid for. So it's really nice.
That's a good thing, because I've heard, you're right, I've heard some people, they win some big stuff, and then, like you said, they get nailed with that.
Yeah.
They're like going, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. Taxes are high on these cars. I mean, this specific giveaway, I'm pretty sure it's about $70,000 in taxes.
Woo.
Yeah. But the cool thing is they always give cars away with another car. So they'll do like a classic Mustang, and then they'll give it away with a new Mustang. Like I just did, I think it was a 2019 Shelby Centennial Edition Mustang, and then we gave it away with a 2019 Super Snake Centennial.
Oh.
Well, so those two cars together, I think both of them had over 800 horsepower, and that's like the perfect mom and dad car, even the Cadillac. So like,
Right.
That's the cool thing. I try to, I joke about, like, it's the perfect mom and dad car, especially like the Cadillacs too that we're giving away. I would love to have those. Those would be
Especially
awesome.
the V. I'd like to have the V. Oh my gracious.
They actually were a vendor at the Pro Shootout, and they brought the Escalade V, and everybody loved it. I started it a couple times for some people, and then we had a new Corvette that we started up and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Honestly, if I had a Cadillac V, an original one, spotless, okay, I wouldn't modify it. I just wouldn't modify it, even though that's in my nature. I wanted to go quicker, faster. But if I had something that crisp and clean and everything worked in it and stuff like that, boy, me and Mom would just be riding.
Yeah.
Fast, getting there in a hurry, but but still
Good
be
grocery
riding.
getter.
Oh yes.
Do you mind if I give away the code for the Cadillacs?
Yeah.
It's really easy. It's Jordan's name.
Yep, that's it. And that gets you 3x entries. So I'm pretty sure our lowest raffle that you could buy is $3 for one ticket, and then you use my code, you get 3 times that. So that's the really cool thing about entering with Dream Giveaway as well.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Dream Giveaway. Any ticket that you buy towards it, and then use the code Jordan Dacosta to get 3 additional, or 3 times, I guess, the tickets to it. I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, and like you just said, I say the extra, but I mean, basically, it also supports a charity or charities. Okay, so I'm all for that. I like that. You know how it is. It's like, somebody's daughter or little boy comes through selling cookies at the track. Even though you're on a diet, you're still going to buy it.
Yeah.
Just to support them. You know what I mean? Or the little league team, whatever like that. I've bought, I don't know how much cookie dough, and it's sitting at work. Nobody wants it, but You know,
Well, I tell you what, I was a
scary.
little upset at the last race. I was up there doing a live stream, and I didn't even get to buy any Girl Scout cookies. And I
Yeah,
was wanting some Thin Mints.
I gave mine away. Greg, I'm sorry, buddy. I gave it to you. I'm sorry. Boy, I'm going Kelly gonna be mad at me over that one. But but I gave them away. But yeah, it's a good thing. But it's a good cause on what you're working on, and we both appreciate what you're doing and your hard work, and it shows.
Thank
I
you.
think other people notice it too. I mean, for the fact that you're working with Wes, and and Wes recognizes people with putting their hard work in, no matter their age. It just so happens you're young, but Wes always appreciates that, and it shows. You know what I mean? So you're out there, doing things to help, and I still can't believe you live 5 minutes from the track. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm an hour and a half flying to get to Gainesville, right at 2 hours towing. Okay. Mitchell's what, 30 minutes?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. That makes it worse. Thank you. What's that?
You're 20 minutes from Gainesville?
Mitchell? No. Mitchell is.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm right at 2 hours. I'm in Jacksonville.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, you see, I know I got the same thing. Like, okay. You know what I mean? It's always that way, but it is what it is. Gainesville's my home track. South Georgia is my second home track as far as distance. So, yeah. Are you planning on going and running any other events outside of Bradenton this year?
Yeah, so I plan on doing the streetcar takeover event. I'm pretty sure it's at Gainesville this year.
Okay.
In April. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure on the
dates. Yeah.
That, and I definitely want to explore I think it's, forget the title of this guy's, Nate Prater's events. I forget the title of his events, but he has this new event that's getting a lot of traction in the streetcar side of things, especially a lot of people from like Streetcar Takeover, FL2K, TX2K. Right. A lot of people are going over to his side, and I think he has that at SGMP this year. I'm looking to going to that one because that has a lot of traction, and it's a really cool event for the street cars, and I think I would have a good chance with the classes that he has in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The streetcar takeover will take place on April the 25th and 26th at Gainesville. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But I'm unfamiliar with the other gentleman you're talking about, the one doing the race in South Georgia. I gotta look. You gotta tell me, or I gotta look that up because I'm like,
it's a cool event name. I just forget the name. I can't think of it. But Nate Prater is the promoter of it, and I like to make it.
Okay, and I take it it's once again it's either like a little gangster class or a heads up index class.
Well, no, it's basically like its own event. It's not a class, it's just an event. So he has a bunch of different classes. I'm pretty sure he had imports there. He had index classes, heads up classes.
Oh, I meant to say you would go exclusively running an index class or okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Do you know what time of the year it is?
I got you. Okay.
I think I would say March-ish, maybe the end of March.
Because man, everything's booked up pretty solid around here in this state.
Yeah.
Clear to March leading into April.
Yeah,
and,
I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of his stuff online, and I'd like to try and make it out. I do want to try Immokalee too. I've never been there, and a lot of people tell me to go there because they have a lot of like pickup truck shootouts and stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right because they did. I want to say over the winter they did a shootout that Billy and Street Race Channel went to and others, and they had a tailgate class.
Yeah, they do a lot of cool heads up classes.
Right, and so I take it you're not into doing no prep stuff or back of the track kind of stuff. Just not your thing yet.
Not my thing. I don't think so. Not my thing. I've been around it a lot. I actually help. I help host the event. What's it called? I'm forgetting the name of it. I don't know why. Out for Blood. Out for Blood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard that.
I help promote that, and I help him with lane choice, the lanes, and then also the chip draw. I help him with that, and then I've also been around the other track in St. Pete, Showtime Dragway.
Right.
I co-hosted an event there a couple months ago called War on I-4, and it was my first time around some no prep, type of racing, and the first 2 cars that went down the track crashed, unfortunately. And I don't know, I just
kind of turns off the appeal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Because it would really suck to have to put together a whole brand new truck.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's different strokes, for whatever people like and dislike and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I do like no prep to a point. But some stuff I've seen, I'm luckily not around here, but some stuff I've seen, I'm like going, whoa, hold up. I mean, that's way, way, way out of hand. It's like unsafe stuff. But are you talking about going to the No Time Takeover up in South Georgia? Is that what you're looking at running? That's not the name? Okay.
I don't think so.
I was trying to go down their schedule and see, Slider Boys Lay and Play No Time. I don't think that's it.
We could look, search up his thing. I'll be able to find it easy. I don't know why. I just can't remember.
It's all right. It's all right. Ross Index Madness.
No.
I know you're not running Southern Mode Outlaw. So, you get ahead of steam, you might be able to clear it. Anniversary No Time race. It's okay. It's okay.
They might not have had it. They might not have added it to their schedule yet. So.
Yeah, it might not be there yet, but it's okay. I was just trying to think to help promote the event that you're going to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic. And but if you watch me at all, you notice I get off topic quick. So I'm sorry. Something shiny and it's all over. And,
now I want to talk about something. You put some quotes out, and
yes,
these are really good quotes, especially someone at your age. Opportunities don't happen; you create them. Very, very good quote. Means you have to get off your butt. You have to work for it.
The only one that
to fall in place.
The only one that could do it is you. And if you're waiting for the opportunity to come, it's not going to happen unless you make it. So that's something I, try to live by all the time. Don't just sit around and wait for someone to call me or for someone to be like, hey, I want to sponsor you. You got to make that opportunity happen. And that's why I put it out there for other people to see that it's not just about waiting for the call. You got to reach out to whoever, network yourself, put yourself out there, not only in racing, but in life, period.
Right. And the other one is be dedicated to the journey, not just to the destination.
Yep. I tend to think a lot about the future and be excited for the future, but I don't really live in the moment sometimes because I'm too focused on what my future looks like. So I come at fault to that sometimes, but sometimes we just got to slow ourselves down and try to live in the moment and focus on, what's going on, what's present, and then worry about what's happening in the future. Yeah.
That's pretty wise. I like those. But bottom line is, for all of them are true, you got to put in the effort.
Yes, exactly.
What is it? Luck equals where preparation meets opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah. There's luck. And yes, I completely agree with you. And like I said, you're putting yourself in a great position by putting the effort in, and it's showing. So I'm working on somebody considering LSs. Speaking of LSs, I'm working on somebody to bring on the podcast, and I haven't got a confirmation yet, so I'm not going to say their name. Okay. But it would be right up your alley.
Okay.
Big time concerning an LS. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that so that if that time arises, we'll reach back out to you and let you know about that for sure. But sorry, I've already said two things to you without saying the full names, because we're live right now, But so we don't like to put out there people that we're reaching out to until we get something affirmed. Which,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Because we've been ghosted before on stuff, which happens to everybody. Mitchell, I'm not going to mention names.
No, I mean, if something comes up business related and they have to go take care of it, all means they need to go take care of it.
I'll agree.
And I always come back on the show, but when you got someone that's talking to you about becoming a marketing partner, especially on a program, hey, I'm sorry, I would have to put the podcast to the side and reschedule.
Yeah, it's part of it. But Jordan, I tell you, thank you so much for coming on. Because even before speaking with you, you taught me a lot, and I appreciate that. And then talking to you, hearing your passion and stuff like that, you're very encouraging. And so I appreciate that personally, and I know Mitchell does too. And I want to tell you, thank you very much for spending your time or taking your time to coming on here with On the Spot Motorsports Media with us. And we encourage everybody to follow Jordan Dacosta at both his Facebook, his Instagram, and his YouTube channel, and his podcast, all with the name of Jordan Dacosta. We ask you to go there, to sign up, to subscribe, to follow him, and to comment back to him. And because, like I said, it's encouraging to him too.
Yep.
Okay. So we ask you to reach out and back him up. And if there's somebody out there who's looking by getting involved, for example, and wants to market with you, whether it be with these heads up tailgate series or no time series or Little Gangster or other adventures, drag racing adventures, to reach out to you. And so, I mean, I think, like I said, thank you very much for you taking the time and talking to us. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we want to thank, everybody who joined us tonight watching this and who may watch it afterwards. Also don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and also we're on Spotify. So
that's cool.
And Instagram.
And Instagram, yes. So we're trying to cover all.
Can't forget the Instagram thing. We need a long ticker tape just to go across it. But it's just, Mitchell and I, we work full time, okay, and we enjoy doing this, talking to exciting people like yourself. And we call each other and talk each other all the time. We're like going, did you do this? No, I forgot, and try to follow up on this, or, I'm following up on that, and blah, blah. And, it gets pulling you every which direction. So,
And while we have a few people on here, want to let everybody know that we have Sean Reed that's going to be joining us on Tuesday night instead of Thursday. We're trying to stay away from Thursday this week because we got the Baby Gators coming up. We're going to be out there interviewing some drivers along the sportsman ranks. And then we'll be back at doing the same thing at the Gator Nationals. So we are really looking forward to those opportunities. And it also gives me and Robert a chance to set up even more interviews throughout the year. So we try to use that opportunity wisely. But Jordan, are you coming up for the Gator Nationals?
I'm not too sure yet. I haven't confirmed with a team I'm supposed to be going with. But that's also the same weekend as my Skeeter White Invitational. So
that's right. Yes.
Okay.
If I need to, I will go. Yes. And I'll definitely let you guys know so that we can meet in person.
Well, get away and come up for the Baby Gators at least for a day. You can
we have World Series of Pro Mod.
Oh, that's right.
That's going on that weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm off on my days. Okay. My bad.
Yeah, this is busy. You have the Lights Out going on this weekend. Next weekend's World Series of Pro Mod. Also, this weekend is Division II race in Orlando.
Right.
Then you have the Baby Gators on the same weekend as the World Series of Pro Mod. And then you got the Gator Nationals. So, there's a lot of events going on at one time.
Yeah, it's action-packed here in Florida right now.
From November to March, this is the place to live.
Yes.
If you're bracket racing, heads up, Pro Mod stuff, but primarily that. Bracket racing, Pro Mod, and then sportsman racing. You have your fill.
Yeah.
Enough for everybody. But everybody, and thank you very much, Melissa. You see there? Got your fan club right there. But we appreciate everybody. And also, I wanted to take a moment before we go. I wanted to tell Mitchell thank you, because Mitchell puts a lot of hard work in on the Facebook page, doing articles and research and stuff like that, writing about a lot of people. I'm finding stuff and sending it his way, and he's writing a lot of articles. He's putting in a lot of effort, a lot of work.
I
and
learned
it's
a lot
showing.
today because of your Facebook page about
Do what?
announcements and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. And so he's put in a lot of work, and it showed. I mean, our following is continuing to grow, and we appreciated that. We got goals between us that we want to reach. And we also ask you to also follow us on the YouTube channel, okay, On the Spot Motorsports Media. And Spotify is just starting, so we're really on the bottom floor there. So we ask you to continue to reach out and follow us there, because every little bit helps. And also for the people that has reached out and given us suggestions, for example, like Jordan here, okay, that people's reached out and given us your name and stuff. So we've talked to you to bring you on, and we've got some other people lined up. We appreciate that. So anybody out there that would like us to possibly consider bringing somebody on to speak to, whether it be a racer, a promoter, drag strip owner, race promoter, or race owner, I should say, company promoter of any way, shape, or form, let us know. Yeah, Skeeter, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. We were talking about it the whole day, Skeeter.
Yeah, I mean, Skeeter, I mean, literally, man, you come to the party late, man. He's been talking all about it, but don't
worry, Skeeter. I told him I'm going to take the trophy home, you know?
Skeeter, I want to know more about it. Okay, that's what I want to know. I'm going to go on and start looking more. I saw the name, but I want to know more about it. Like, what's the rules? What's the what's the steps on it? You know what I mean? You know, I'm into, is it a 10.5, 28 heads up, single power outer, blah blah. What is it?
There is no rules for the Skeeter Wide Invitational.
So basically, keep it off the wall and keep it off the neighbor.
Pretty much. That's all he's told me. And I'm pretty sure we're doing a full tree, quarter mile, and he
bring it on, Rock.
He is who you need on the show next. He's really cool.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put us
in contact. Skeeter, reach out to us. We'll be more than welcome to have you on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I also like to know if he's also going to do other events.
Yeah.
What's that?
He's up and coming in the social media side of drag racing and the whole industry. That's how I met him. We did a funny little skit together, and then now we're doing a race together.
Hey, we're all for it. We're all for it, because we're all for encouraging. I mean, like, look, we have another podcaster on our podcast tonight. Okay. And we're all for encouraging and expanding everything out there. Okay. That's what we really want to know. Skeeter, I appreciate the heads up, buddy, but I don't drink. And then Mitchell don't either. Now you can go slam and bam all you want. Okay. But okay.
Hey, I'll drink beer, root beer.
Yeah. I'm down with that. I'm down with that, but I just don't drink. Okay. I'll give you a story behind the scenes. Okay. But Skeeter, man, yeah, just by the picture, I'm kind of digging it. I really am.
He is great.
Yeah. Jordan's down with that. Jordan, I tell you what, if you do come up.
He says that enough for all of us.
I got you, Jordan. I'll tell him a story about a liquor sickle and what that means in my neighborhood. But we ain't going to talk about that. But like I said, Jordan, if you come up to the Gator Nationals, for example, or even Baby Gators, okay, Mitchell and I will talk to you and possibly have you on, and we'll do a quick interview with you. Yeah. And if you're with a team, you can help promote them. Yeah. If you want. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, we're all for helping.
Yeah. Thank you. Awesome.
Well, and that's what these podcasts are all about, is promoting people and, trying to get more of their story out there. I say it quite often, they only have usually 5 to 10 seconds with a camera in front of them. And they're talking about the run. They actually don't get to dig in and talk about, the struggles of trying to get the car prepared for the next round of racing, or, hey, we're missing a crew guy this week, so I'm having to jump in and I'm having to do this job and that job. Those are the real stories that don't get captured during, a Fox Network's coverage of an NHRA event. No offense to Fox, because they have a certain lot of time that they have to stay within.
Right.
If there was the opportunity for them, they would go deeper in detail. But that's where people like us come in to bring those stories out for the fans.
Exactly. Yep.
And we love hearing good stories. But anyway, Jordan, I wanted to tell you again, thank you very much. And like I said, buddy, we wish you nothing but the best in the future.
Thank you.
And go win some trophies.
Yeah.
Some money.
Take the Skeeter invite. All right.
Yeah.
Take that invitational there and take it back home. That's all you got to do. And then you're going to put it behind you next to your new nitrous bottle that you're going to get.
Right.
Okay. And have that all back there.
Exactly.
And then either that or y'all have a belt that y'all go from race to race, and the champ has to carry the belt. And if somebody beats them, they have to pass the belt out. You know what I mean? To the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Skeeter. Yes, we all agree.
And Skeeter, just reach out to us, man. We would love to have you on. We'll get you scheduled in, and we can talk about that invitational.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Skeeter.
And talk about all the marketing partners that help make it happen, and everything as far as some of the other racers like Jordan. So, yeah.
Well, all right. Well, listen, Jordan, I want to tell you again, thank you very much, buddy. We wish you and your family all the best, man, and we will be talking to you soon. Now, like I said, if your plans change or you can't get to the Gators, reach out to us.
I will. Thank you,
All
guys.
right. All right. Now, you just hang on. We'll be right back to you. All right. Thank you, Jordan. Have a good night.
I'll tell you what a very bright young man, doing everything the right way, surrounding himself with great people in the sport, and learning the things behind the scenes, which is, really important, especially from a driver's standpoint of what they have to go through throughout a day at the track, to just get yourself familiar with it if you want to go in that route and become a professional driver. So he's doing a great job putting himself out there for sure.
I completely agree, and I appreciate him taking the time out to talk to us, because like we talked about, we learned some stuff behind the scenes, which we didn't know, and it taught us something new on the marketing side, which I thought was great. And but like I said, the young man is doing excellent. He's really promoting himself well and promoting the companies well that he works with. So I encourage everybody to follow him on, like I said, Facebook and YouTube, and his Instagram page and his podcast. It does nothing but just help the young man and help the sport, and it can help you. But also, I wanted to tell you, thank you for following us here at On the Spot Motorsports Media. We encourage you to also, if you don't already, to subscribe and to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're trying to build up our YouTube channel, so we ask you to go over there and subscribe, and also on Spotify. This interview will be on Spotify probably about a week, maybe two. I'm a couple behind just because of my work schedule, but we have a lot of the previous interviews already up, so you can go back here and see everything from in the past, clear up to probably a couple weeks ago. So there's a lot of good catching up you can do. So, and like I said, on this particular interview, you can always go back and re-listen to it again on Facebook and YouTube. But once again, we want to thank Scorpion Racing Products and Redline Synthetic Oils for coming on board with On the Spot Motorsports Media this year, and for Mitchell putting in his hard work on the Facebook page. Boy, if you haven't started reading some of the articles he's putting out there, you are missing something. You need to follow. So sorry, Mitchell, I got off topic.
Well, I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to write about what's going on in drag racing. I do need to dive in a little bit more into the sportsman stuff and along with the professionals, but
that's me.
There has been a lot of things going on leading up to the Gator Nationals for sure. and hopefully I'll try to find out some more information on some other things this weekend. So stay tuned to our page. I'm not going to give anything out of what's going on, but you'll know after the fact when I write about it and post some videos.
Absolutely. It's the start of an exciting drag racing year. And so that's good. I mean, Mitchell's already won he's already won once in Sportsman. He's already placed late rounds at all the other races. And so it's an excellent start of the year.
Yeah, it has been good so far.
Yes, it has. Yes,
Really.
it has. I've gone several rounds. Haven't quite finished exactly where I wanted, but I've gone several rounds at every race in both classes. And I've been very happy about that. Had a couple really tight ones that I've lost, and had a couple really tight ones that I won. So,
the good thing, Robert, we haven't had to face off against each other so far. This year.
don't bring that up. I don't want to talk about that one right now.
You know what's coming?
I know it's coming. I know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to throw down a below 20 on the tree, and you're going to run dead to one above. That's what you're going to do. And so I already know it. So I just know I just got to do my job. And if my job's better than your job, I'll win.
Yeah, you just got to be a little bit better on the tree. And
if your job's better than my job, then you'll win. It's just that simple. So,
thanks again. Thanks again,
right,
everyone. And please don't forget, Tuesday night, Sean Reed will join us. And I tell you, he's coming off a great high after winning the SCAG Pro Superstar Shootout down in Bradenton. Who would have thought that the final would have him and Josh Hart in it?
I know, right?
Two drivers that were looking for better years in 2024 just didn't quite work out, and they're already off to a good start. And I'll tell you what, we may be able to witness it again, a final round between the two at Gainesville, but we'll just have to wait to see how everything works out with qualifying. And don't forget, also at Gainesville during Saturday's qualifying is the call out. So that's always a great part of qualifying of the call outs and who goes on to win a little extra cash to go in their wallet at the end of the day. So, but until then, we'll see you this coming Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, and everybody have a good night.